People have told me I'm lucky. Lucky to live here. Lucky it all worked out. Lucky I rebuilt after the fire. But luck is something that I have learned to create for myself. Although problem solving looks different here in the country, I have found that there are lessons I learned that helped me survive my city life that are helping me to survive at homesteading. Today, I'm going to be sharing some stories from my past life and my present life to show you how these lessons continue to serve me every day. And I'm going to explain how you can use these lessons to create luck in your own life. Out here, I have challenges that money simply can't solve. A raccoon attack on my chicken coop, a drought, a power outage due to an ice storm. Those challenges require resourcefulness and commitment. Commitment, or stubbornness, I guess. Long story short, when I was 38, my ex-husband decided to leave me and our 2 children for somebody that he met online. When he realized that he was not able to force me to sell the family home, he decided to do the next best thing, which was foreclose the mortgage and make the bank sell it. He drained our bank account and he took his paychecks. I worked hard and otherwise borrowed every dime that I would need to pay that mortgage in full. When we finally met in court, he did owe me for half of all of those mortgage payments I had made, which meant that I could buy him out of the house. He definitely underestimated my commitment to keeping my children in that house. And 11 years later, I transmuted that property into this one. 2 weeks after I arrived, I had an electrical fire that almost burned my house down. At that time, not once did I ever feel like I had made the wrong decision. I was completely committed to being here, and that would have been the time to think I just made a really big mistake. Really, I felt like I was where I was supposed to be, and I was supposed to be the person who was here when the house had the fire. And maybe that is why it did not completely burn to the ground. Being steadfast in your commitment means that any obstacles that may present can be overcome and will be overcome. Resiliency, tenacity, determination, perseverance, whatever you want to call it. Resiliency is the ability to withstand or recover quickly from obstacles in life. Resiliency is a measure of your toughness. Having to live in a trailer the first summer I got here was a huge setback in more ways than one. Not only was I in complete shock from having been in a house fire, but I lost momentum and it really took a lot of wind out of my sails. The fact that I was committed to be here really made no difference to my kid, who didn't want to be here in the first place. Not only had I just moved him from the city, a nice, reasonably new house, to a rundown old farmhouse, now we were living in a crappy, cramped, hot trailer for our first summer. Despite all of my commitment, that was a heavy weight. And there were countless gloomy, rainy days napping in that trailer, listening to the rain on the tin roof, and just trying to make sense of everything that was happening. If you look back at any of my videos from that first summer here, you may see the juxtaposition of my enthusiasm and my depression. I know I sure do. Fortunately, I had learned resiliency from my life in the city. It was probably fortunate that my ex-husband was able to stall for 18 months before we got to court, because it took me 17 and a half to get a mortgage. I spent an entire year going from mortgage broker to mortgage broker, and they all gave me the same answer, which was no. Here I was, a new single mom, very low income, huge mortgage, huge debt, and the math just wasn't mathing. Time and time again, I walked away defeated. Finally, I got a referral from a client to a gentleman who she'd gone to college with. He was raised by a single mom, and he had a campaign of helping single moms to get on their feet. Even with his help, it took us 6 full months for me to get a mortgage approved. But I did, 2 weeks before I had to show up in court to purchase that house. Resiliency reinforces commitment, and commitment builds resiliency. And those things together work towards great ambition. Faith will give you courage. And remember, courage is not the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. O ye of little faith, what is a big dream without some faith behind it? That can be whatever you believe in: God, the universe, and most importantly, faith in yourself. Here's a true story from my divorce. As court was fast approaching, my lawyer was grilling me about my mortgage plans. And at that time, I was struggling with it. I lied, and I told him that I had someone in my family that would co-sign, and he didn't need to worry about that. He needed to do his job and secure me the opportunity to purchase the house, and I would take care of the rest. I've long said that if I need one person in my corner in life, that person's going to be me, because I know that I have the skills I need to make anything work. Personally, I had faith in karmic justice, and I just didn't think that the universe would pull the rug out from under me like that. I also had crazy delusional faith in myself, and it served me well. Moving here was another huge leap of faith. I spent $500,000 that I didn't have before I even sold my city house in a volatile, although healthy market. I also still had a mortgage on that house, and I had no idea what my final selling price would be. I can clearly remember sitting in the parking lot of the hotel the week I was showing my house, just ruminating on what the outcome would be. I had faith that after everything I had been through to work towards my dreams, that the universe was going to be there for me. On top of that, I quit my city job with the intention to come out here and get myself set up, not having a clue what I was going to do when the money ran out, but knowing, again, that I could count on myself to figure it out and believing that I can do it. These days, when my faith falters, I just need to look around and I see all of the evidence that shows me that my faith is warranted. And that's a pretty fortunate place to be in at this point. And here's the last lesson: gratitude. Gratitude is the fastest way to raise your vibration while you are chasing your dreams. And here is where I want to invite you to change your idea of gratitude from simply appreciating the things that you have to appreciating the opportunities that you have. When I was trying to save my house in the city, I wasn't praying to own that house. I was praying for the opportunity to own that house. I knew that once I got through court, that was when the hard work was going to start. Once mine was the only name on those papers, then the hard work to get on my feet, to keep the house, and to dig myself out of the debt that I had incurred in order to purchase it. In the same way, when I was dreaming of homesteading, I really was praying for the opportunity to come here. And I feel like that slight shift in lens really is enough to bring gratitude to a whole new level. I found this card the other day that was given to me by one of my mentors when I was in my 20s. And this quote has stuck with me my entire life. Perhaps with commitment, resiliency, faith, and gratitude, our skills can meet those opportunities that will transform into luck in our lives. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Are these lessons and virtues that you have tapped into through your life? If you haven't already, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel and join our community. Together we contribute to a movement of more intentional living, and the world needs more of that. I'm going to link a video here about how I manifested my dream life, and another video here to show you what it was like after the fire. Until next time, happy, healthy living. I hope you are all doing well, staying safe, staying kind, chasing your dreams. I'm Katie Kate on the Homestead, and I'll see you later.